Think I'm live. What it do? What it do? Hi, my name is Tyriece Simon, and I am solo. I'm writing solo here. This is my Darren Till versus Derek Brunson prediction episode. I promised you guys there was going to be a prediction episode today, and I will deliver. Um, let's get to the elephant in the room first. Elijah. Elijah's not here. So Elijah was going to do the prediction show today. However, Elijah job, they he has to learn how to do his job and how to, he has to train behind people and everything like that. So they told him we need you to come in on Fridays as well. So Elijah won't be here. In fact, Elijah is going to be out indefinitely on this channel. I don't really we don't really have a timetable of when he could come back and do something. We don't really have an idea of what he would do um, because of his new job. He has a new schedule where he's pretty much booked throughout the course of a week, and yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but at the end of the day, I know some of the subscribers here are happy for him. I'm happy for him, and I'm glad he's doing what he wanted to do. Um, so we'll see, you know, what will happen with Elijah, and what he could do in the future. But I don't have a timetable when he'll come back and do something. Um, and I'm not gonna rush him to come back and do something. If he feels he's ready or if he feels he's able to do it, then we'll talk about it and we'll plan accordingly. But we're moving on. We're moving on, and we're going to push forward. And I promised you guys you're gonna get content. I shall deliver. Um, we're gonna get prediction shows on Fridays. You're gonna get recap shows on Sunday. Um, and then I will announce more content coming out throughout the week on a weekly basis. So, like I said, you're getting more content from me. Uh, what that content will be. I have a pretty good idea what it will be. Besides recap shows and prediction shows, I'm working on getting interviews as well. Um, I'm in talks with some people. I'm gonna reach out to some more people over the weekend. So some things we're working on, some things we're working on. But yeah, that's it. And also, if you want to hear from Elijah uh, when he's not, working, you can also join Discord. Join Discord. You can hear Elijah's thoughts on certain things. He goes into watch alongs with us, and he'll watch, pay per views or fight nights or anything of that nature. So yeah, if you want to hear from Elijah and get his thoughts and his breakdowns on things, you can also join Discord, which is in our description. Uh, Click on that link; it'll take you directly to our channel, and from there, you'll actually create a username or whatever, and you're good to go. So that's that with that. Again, I'm happy for him, proud of him. And again, like I said, this channel, we're not losing anything. Uh, we're gonna gain, and we're gonna continue to put out more and more content for you guys. So now that we got that out the way, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. Um, it is a nice sunny day here in New York after a terrible flood and terrible rain. So I'm glad things are getting better. Um, some people, it was horrific the floods in New York City, and people lost their lives. So thoughts out to the people involved and that, and I'm just thankful my family's good and everything like that. Now, what we're here for? We're here to talk about Derek Brunson versus Darren Till, right? Main event this Saturday. Big fight, I would say. Big fight. For multiple reasons, right? Not only just for both men and where their careers are. All right, Derek Brunson, 38 years old. Darren Till getting close to 30. But also major implications on the middleweight division, right? Israel Adesanya is sitting there as champion as it stands. Robert Whitaker is somebody that they want to put that fight together, but we're having trouble with. So if Robert Whitaker can't fight for whatever reason, you know, it's very plausible to see, one of these guys step up and make their intentions known as being a rightful contender. Um, it's also worth noting that this is a make or break fight for both men, which I'll get to in a second. So there's a lot riding on these fights this weekend. It's not just a regular fight night main event. This is a big, big main event with major implications in it. So let's get to it, right? So I titled this video how good is Darren Till? And I'm not saying Darren Till isn't a good fighter. I'm not saying Darren Till is, washed or anything like that. Matter of fact, we say this, it's usually with the context of compared to his peers, right? Um, Darren Till is a UFC fighter. Darren Till is proven. Darren Till has beaten names like Stephen Thompson. He's beaten names like Kevin Gastelum, Don Cerrone. The list goes on and on. He's proven himself to be a UFC level talent. Um, but is Darren Till a championship level talent? And that's what I'm interested in seeing this fight. Because this is a fight where if Darren Till loses, I'm sorry, I'm getting a cold. If Darren Till loses, he really falls in the back of the queue against a guy in Derek Brunson who is proven, who has been a staple in his middleweight division, who has fought the best of the best, maybe have lost to some of the best, but also beat some of the best as well. Um, Derek Brunson's also 38 years old. He has that, he has the I don't want to say excuse, but it is. Um, Something to think about is that, he's 38 years old, father time catches up to everybody. And he's fighting against a guy in Darren Till who people expect him to beat. People expect Darren Till to beat Derek Brunson. People don't expect Derek Brunson to beat Darren Till. People don't expect Derek Brunson to be where he's at in the rankings, but he is. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what what the outcome will be in this fight. And looking back and just thinking about how good Darren Till is, I went back and started looking at his career before getting to the title with Tyron Woodley, right? And and looking back at his career and how close he got there, you really start questioning just was he pushed to the top too fast? Did he fight the right guys to get to the top? Um, maybe we still don't have that answer. Like we know Darren Till is a good fighter. We know Darren Till is a UFC caliber fighter. He belongs in the UFC. He belongs in these big fights. But we don't know if he's championship level caliber talent compared to those other people, right? Looking back at his career, I remember, his first run towards the title, he's beating guys that was unranked, right? He beats Bojan Volovic, which I'll get to in a second about him. He beat Juicy and Ayari, hope I'm saying that name right. Unranked at the time. He was 16-3. Bojan was 15-4-1. And then he beats Don Cerrone, and that's where his career really took off. He beat Don Cerrone. People didn't really know who Darren Till was, and he knocks out Don Cerrone in the first round. And then he goes to beat Stephen Thompson, and then he runs into Tyron Woodley, and then we know what happens from there. Now, it's important to note that when he fought these guys, when he fought Don Cerrone, who was his first like big name, Don Cerrone was also we could pretty much definitively say Don Cerrone was very small for that division compared to a Darren Till who was a middleweight. We could also say that Don Cerrone, if you look back at that schedule he had, Don Cerrone was crazy in the 2016. Like people forget Don Cerrone. So Don Cerrone fought Matt Brown in December of 2016, right? So go to 2016, right? And then he beats Matt Brown, three round fight, beats him by the head kick, I think it was. Um, and then the next month he goes to fight Jorge Masvidal. Loses by knockout to Jorge Masvidal, right? So he fights Matt Brown one month in December. Then the next month he loses to Jorge Masvidal by knockout. Then in July he goes and faces Robbie Lawler in a 3-round fight. If you know Robbie Lawler, you know that's going to be a fight. You know that it's going to be a challenge, which it was. They both pushed each other. I believe Robbie Lawler had 2 rounds to 1, if I remember correctly. It was a physical fight. Both were able to land significant blows on each other. But I think I did have Robbie Lawler beating Cerrone 2 rounds to 1. So then he had that fight. And then literally in October, he fights Darren Till. So you just look at the schedule Don Cerrone had between December fighting Matt Brown in a 3 round fight, January fighting Jorge Masvidal, July fighting Robbie Lawler, and then October fighting Darren Till. That's an incredible schedule to have, and I would imagine the wear and tear on his body, and that plays a big factor. Not to take away from Darren Till, because I think Darren Till was the bigger guy. I believe it was a complete mismatch, and Darren Till was able to get the knockout and solidify his name and grow his name. But it is something to think about just looking at the opponents he faced in going or against the title. Then he fights Stephen Thompson, which at the time people were questioning why that fight was happening. Um, and people still have Stephen Thompson beating Darren Till in that fight. I don't. I think Darren Till did enough just to beat Stephen Thompson. I think he also hurt him in the last round, the fifth round, if I remember correctly. Um, and people still have Stephen Thompson beating Darren Till, which you start thinking about. Okay, so you have the situation with Don Cerrone, then you have the situation with Stephen Thompson where people thought he won. Well, Stephen Thompson won, and then now he fights for a title and he loses to Tyron Woodley, of course, I believe by Darce choke. Then he loses to Jorge Masvidal. Then he moves up to middleweight, fights Kevin Gastelum, and that's a split decision. Uh, and I remember being there for that fight, and I really didn't know who won the fight. It really, I thought I had Till, but I could also see Kevin Gastelum getting it too. We know how tough Kevin Gastelum is. And then his last fight, he lost to Robert Whitaker. So we really don't know how good Darren Till is in terms of being a championship level caliber talent compared to his peers. Um, we've seen examples of brilliance. We've seen examples of Darren Till being able to possibly be that next guy to fight for a title. But in terms of just consistency, in terms of just uh looking at the results of how he's getting it done, it's not a solid case to say that he is, you know, that guy. You know what I mean? Like he's not at the highest level, just dismantling his opponents and making it clear that he is a clear contender. These fights are closer. There are cases to look at. There are things to look at and consider with Don Cerrone a little bit, to a degree. Um, how he got there from being unranked to then fighting Donald Cerrone, or being low ranked and then fighting Donald Cerrone and then fighting Stephen Thompson, getting rushed into that spot because of who he is. And I thought in part two is also ability as well. But there are questions to think about with Darren Till, just like how he got to the point where he's at. And I bring this up sometimes in past shows, is did the UFC rush Darren Till too early? Right? When you look at his career, we look at the names I listed, his schedule of opponents, who he beat, how he beat them. By the way, the two people he fought that are ranked, Bojan and well, I have his name here, Ayari, both were by decision. Both were by decision as well. So he's not dismantling guys. He's not running through guys. Um, but he is beating them. He did beat them. But they were also unranked, and they were also his going to the top. So it does question whether the UFC kind of brought him up too early. Um, I mean, you could definitely say they brought him up too early when you look at the Tyron Woodley fight, right? You can make that argument. Um, especially, but more so, just looking at his overall career, yeah, you could definitely start looking at things and say, okay, maybe he could have fought a couple of guys before he got to the title shot. Maybe he could have fought a couple of guys before he got to the top of the division. Maybe he could have did this. Maybe he could have did that. But the UFC ultimately gave him matchups, and he did win some, maybe controversially, but he did win them. So now we have Darren Till here at the middleweight division fighting Derek Brunson, who is a staple of this middleweight division. Um, Derek Brunson is on a 4-fight win streak. Darren Till's coming off of a loss. So it's gonna be interesting to see how does that play a factor into this, right? Darren Till is going to be the smaller guy between Derek Brunson, believe it or not. Derek Brunson has the reach advantage. I believe this is the biggest reach advantage disadvantage for Darren Till since what's his name? Have his name here. Uh, um, sorry, get a name. Bojan. This is gonna be the biggest disadvantage since Bojan in terms of just reach advantage and also height. Um, Derek Brunson has the wrestling ability to make it difficult for Darren Till. He also has the power. With the reach advantage, he's working with Henry Hoof. He also could develop his striking, and he has developed his striking, and he could use his jab more and make a difficult fight for Darren Till. So there's a lot of things against Darren Till in this fight that you go and question. Okay, if Darren Till doesn't beat Derek Brunson, where does Darren Till go from here? Right, that's the big question. Not at all. That's Derek Brunson. I think Derek Brunson's gonna be fine. Derek Brunson could lose this fight and literally fight somebody the next day, like you know, a Kelvin Gastelum or any of these guys, and still be relevant. Because he is solidified. We know who Derek Brunson is. We understand who Derek Brunson is. We've seen the schedule Derek Brunson has. He's faced Jacare Souza. He's faced Israel Adesanya. He's faced Robert Whitaker. He's faced these guys. He's faced Lyoto Machida. He's faced the greats. He has that credentials to say, whether he wins or loses, you still know who Derek Brunson is, and we still know where he stands in the middleweight division. We know that he is somebody to take notice of and somebody that is a threat to anybody on any given day. Darren Till is a person that is stuck in that division. We don't have notice answers. We don't know his answer. We don't know how good he is. We don't know how good he is compared to the peers. We don't know if he really is the top of the top of the division. So a lot of pressure is on Darren Till to show that to us. Darren Till has to show that he is, a worthy opponent for a Israel Adesanya. He has to show that he should be in the top of the division. He has to show that he wasn't put in place in these positions just because of who he is and what he brings to the table. Because I do know Darren Till is a star. Darren Till does bring the fans. Darren Till does have that in his back pocket. But can Darren Till, on his ability, be able to dismantle and make a statement in this division? That is what we have to see. That's what we have not seen yet. And that's what I'm very interested in seeing in this fight. Can Darren Till show the world that he belongs at the top of the middleweight division and deserves to be in the be his name be associated with Israel Adesanya? Because at the end of the day, that is what we're looking for. That's what Israel Adesanya wants. That is what Darren Till wants. That's what fans want. That'll be a big international fight. But Darren Till has to prove himself. He has to prove himself against Darren Brunson, and this is the start. And then we'll see what happens next. But it starts with Darren Brunson, who is going to be a difficult task, who is a veteran, who's been around for a while, who's had, again, like I said, he's fought the best of the best. He has the reach advantage. He has the wrestling credentials. He has the power to also make it difficult. So we'll see. We will see. All right. So now, getting away from that, I'm looking at this fight. And for me, Derek Brunson, again, he's the person that has more tools in the toolbox. He can grapple, he can strike with you as well. He has the power to do so, and that being a threat. My big thing for Derek Brunson is to use his leg kicks. Use his leg kicks, use that lead leg. They're until movement is mostly flat-footed. Like he bounces on his feet a little bit, but for the most part, he'll try to walk you down and be flat-footed and try to look for that one shot and try to knock you out. I want Derek Brunson to use leg kicks early on. Make it a threat. Make Darren Till worry about the leg kicks. Make him want to check those leg kicks. Make him want to, you know, remain flat-footed and maybe take a step back because of the leg damage. Lose the movement and mobility to where he is more of a stationary target because he does like to bounce on his feet and move back and forth. but his leg is just right there for the taking. Um, so I want Derek Brunson to use the leg kicks. I want Derek Brunson to also use his jab. He has the reach advantage. Let's use it. Use the jab. Don't try to rush in and look for the big shot. Use your jab. Keep Darren Till at bay. And also mix up between the jabs with the leg kicks and um, I wouldn't say go to the body per se. 'Cause I don't think that's Derek Brunson's bag is to go to the body. Um, but I do think leg kicks are something that Derek Brunson should look out for. Um, and I do think the jab is something that he should utilize in this fight, um, because Darren Till is going to stand in front of him. He's going to stand in front of him. He's going to try to walk him down. Use your move work. Use your movement. Use the leg kicks. Use the jab, and keep Darren Till from catching a beat on you, if that makes sense to you guys. Keep Darren Till from being able to put combinations together and to disrupt what he wants to do. Um, Another thing for me is a big key factor is the wrestling, is the grappling of Derek Brunson. Derek Brunson, I think, uh can take Darren Till down. It's gonna be difficult because Darren Till is big, but with those long arms, I think it does help Derek Brunson out a little bit. Um, and I would love to see Derek Brunson also get in the clinch and make it ugly fight. Separate, not separate, but getting close with Darren Till. Make Darren Till have to work on the inside, do a little bit dirty boxing against the cage. Maybe it's a smaller octagon. It's not a regular octagon. It's a smaller. It's in the apex. So I do think you know it's going to be even challenging for Darren Till to be able to circle around the cage and to get be in the right moments and reading the right spots. Um, and I think that does favor the cage does favor Derek Brunson as well. Um, in terms of being able to utilize his grappling in order to do clinch control and control Darren Till from being able to hit big shots. 'Cause I think a lot of Darren Till's punches and strikes, more significantly, are from distance. So keep it in close and make it a dogfight and make Darren Till work. Um, for Darren Till, I would love to see him. You have to establish you're checking leg kicks off the bat. Like we're not taking leg kicks. We're not gonna play that game. Um, so I would love to see him check the leg kicks. I would also see Darren Till like to go teep kicks to the body. Let's see more shots to the body, more shots for the body from Darren Till. He has those tree trunk legs. Use them. Let's use them. You know, push kicks to the body. Um, Use that gas tank. Remember the Kevin Holland fight? That was one of the fights where I was like, okay, Derek Brunson gets really tired in these 5 round fights, and maybe that's because of the pace that Holland and Derek Brunson had, and the grappling that Derek Brunson was using. Maybe that's also because Derek Brunson's also older, 38 years old. Let's see how Derek Brunson can go in a 5 round fight against a younger, bigger guy. I mean, not younger, but I mean not bigger, but also slightly at his range a little bit. I think there's like a 2 inch reach advantage, 1 inch height advantage for Derek Brunson. But it's still you can still land. And I would love to see Darren Till try to go to the body and use and try to take away that gas tank of the Darren Till. I mean Derek Brunson. Sorry. Um, I'd also like to see Darren Till set up his shots, like not just look for the one shot, which I think he knows he has in his back pocket. He knows he has power in his hands, um, and I think sometimes he'll wait. He'll try to look for it. I would love to see Darren Till use his boxing a little bit more. Um, you know, Not just look for the one shot. Use his jab. Go to the body. Set up things up top. Um, Maybe even use leg kicks of his own. Um, Head kicks. I would love to see Darren Till use the head kick with his stance. Um, but I would love to see Darren Till overall just use everything instead of just looking for the one power shot, which I know he has in his back pocket. And I know he's touts that he has this power in his hands. But I would love to see him mix it up. I would love to see him set things up to where, okay, you have that power. Now you could throw combinations and try to land that big clean shot to where it does catch Derek Brunson off guard. Um, that's all I love to see for Darren Till. Um, and ultimately, in terms of just who I have winning this fight, again, there's a lot riding on both guys. Both guys have a lot uh at stake in this fight. I would say Darren Till more than Derek Brunson. I would say that Darren Till has the most pressure going into this fight. He is getting the most coverage. He is getting the most attention. People are expecting him to win. I just don't know if Darren Till can. And I go back and forth. I think I do believe that Darren Till can be a championship level talent. And I think the key word is can be. I don't think he's been given the time or the opponents to progress to that. And this is also his fight back after the Robert Whitaker loss. Derek Brunson has been the more active fighter. Um, and with that being said, I think I'm gonna go Derek Brunson. I think Derek Brunson beats Darren Till, and I think I'm undecisive. If it will be a knockout. I think I'll lean more towards a decision. I think I'll lean more towards Derek Brunson getting a grueling decision. Um, and I think Derek Brunson will win uh 3 rounds. Mm. I think Derek Brunson will win either 3 rounds to two or maybe 4 rounds to. It won't be keep completely just dominating all 5 rounds. I don't think. I think Darren Till will get one, but I think Derek Brunson can win 3 rounds to two or a 4 rounds to one. Uh, so and again for Darren Till, man, I don't know how this hurts his fan base. To Darren Till and his fan base and what he brings to the table, and you know, um, if they will get off the hype train, if they will still be there for him. Because it has been some time. He is getting older. We have seen enough to say, okay, are we going to see Darren Till make that jump to be the next guy, to be the next champion coming out of the UK? Um, and I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Derek Brunson does beat Darren Till. I think it is by unanimous decision, and I think we're going to have a discussion on Sunday about how Darren Till is going to be looked at moving forward, and if Darren Till was rushed too fast too soon. All right, so that's my prediction. I could be wrong. I will eat crow. I have no problem eating crow. I have no problem being wrong. I am giving you my prediction. I'm giving you what I think. I'm giving you just my outlook on things, and I think Derek Brunson does get it done. So that's my prediction. I'm going to be in the Discord, and the Discord link is in the comment section. I'll post it right now. 1 second. I'll post it right now. Da-da-da-da. But please let me know what you guys think. Please let me know what you guys think. There we go. It's in the Discord right there. I'll be doing a watch along on Saturday for the UFC fight. Um, you can join me with other group of people that's in the Discord as well, and we will watch it together. All right. So I'll be back Sunday, 10 a.m. discussing, recapping Derek Brunson versus Darren Till. Thank you guys for working with me. This is the first prediction show doing a solo, so give me some time. We're going to work out some things as well. But please give me your comments, critiques, what you like, what you don't like. If you like Derek Brunson, if you like Darren Till, if you feel that I'm wrong, if you feel that I'm right, please let me know in the comment section. Signing off. My name is Tyriece Simon.